California Grizzly Bears at Lopez Station by David Smith, quoting from the book by Frank F. Latta, Saga of Rancho El Tejon. Juan Jose was a half-Indian raised by my grandfather who worked on Rancho El Tejon for many years. He herded sheep on the Tehachapi Mountains when that locality was infested with mountain lions, grizzly bear as heavy as horses, black bear almost as large, hundreds of white wolves weighing from 75 to 150 pounds, and thousands of coyotes. Juan was credited with killing more than 20 bear with no weapon other than a long knife, made in a blacksmith shop at Mission San Fernando. This knife was made from the steel of an old Damascus sword which my great-great-grandfather Juan Lopez carried from Baja California, and with which he helped put down a revolution in Michoacan, Mexico, soon after he arrived there. My grandfather had the knife made with a blade more than a foot long and as thin as sharp as a razor. One could slit the belly of a grizzly with one slash of that knife. This always took all of the fight out of him. Juan would run at a bear with his coat over his left arm. The bear would rear on its hind legs. Juan would throw up his left arm to get the bear to keep its paws up so that he could cover its eyes with the coat. Juan would slash at the bear's belly and jump to the left before the bear could do him any damage, except maybe to jerk the coat away from him. As its entrails began rolling out on the ground, the bear generally forgot all about Juan. Once Juan was not quick enough, and a large bear grabbed him around the shoulders. Juan threw his left arm around the bear's neck and clung against the side of the bear's neck. All this time, Juan was slashing away at the bear's belly as fast and as hard as he could. The bear clawed Juan up pretty badly across the back and shoulders, but Juan soon laid it out with the knife. This bear was killed in the sycamore grove near Lopez Station about 1865. I remember when this happened, and I also remember seeing the skin with more than a half-dozen long slashes in it. My father kept it for many years and used to tell how Juan had killed the bear. Once, near Lopez Station, a man named Calderon was working with some vaqueros. They came on a grizzly bear while Calderon was off of his horse. The bear charged him. He knew that he couldn't get to his horse, and he also knew the bear would rear on its hind legs, so he ran to the bear. Then the bear reared and tried to hug him. Calderon drew a long knife and grabbed the bear by one ear. The bear threw its front legs around Calderon, and they both rolled into a ravine. Calderon cut the belly and the side of the bear to pieces and killed it. He escaped with only a few bruises and scratches, most of which resulted from the fall and the roll into the ravine. When the bear tried to hug Calderon, he threw himself close against it and put his head alongside the bear's head and neck and held to the ear for dear life. Because of this, he was too close for the bear either to claw him with its front paws or to bite him. As the bear was standing on its hind legs, it could not use them. So by the time Calderon had made 3 or 4 deep cuts with the knife, the bear wanted to get away. Bears were always a great danger during the early settlement of the missions, both at San Fernando and at San Gabriel. The Indians had great respect for bears long before the Spanish first came to California. They thought that certain Indian doctors or medicine men could turn themselves into bears, especially grizzlies, whenever they wanted to. Since bears often behaved like humans, the Indians feared bears more than they did the Spanish. That's the end of this chapter.